Hi, I have in front of me here a dual arm TV wall bracket. It'll support TVs from 13 inches up to 37 inches, and it supports basically a VESA standard, which is a standard that's universal across the manufacturers of both TV brackets and TVs from 75 up to 200. Basically, I'll come back and I'll cover that topic in a little while. So let's look at exactly what comes in this particular kit. And so it comes in this outer box here. And you can see the bracket that's on my left hand side here. It's basically fully assembled when we get it. And basically we have a instruction manual here. It's very short and brief, but it's a very straightforward assembly here, so it's very clear in that perspective. There's a small bag here, and we've taken out the contents on it. There's 4 plugs and 4 screws along with washers, which are used for mounting, bolting this bracket onto the wall. And then we have an option of a total of 4 or 3 different types of 4 bolts, okay? And there is various different thicknesses and diameters on the thread, and it's basically depending on what type of a thread are we screwing into on the back of the TV. So I'm just going to move all this out of the way, just over there. And what we'll do here is we'll go on to the main event, which is the TV bracket itself. So what's the main features of it? Well, when we go to mount this onto the wall, we can see here that we have this base on the back. So there's 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, and a 4th one over here. And we'd use these screws here for mounting it on. So basically we'd mount the bracket onto the wall, mark it out, drill the holes, insert the plugs, and then use these screws to bolt into it to hold it into position. So in terms of if we have it mounted on the wall, we'll have a full 180-degree rotation. So if we extended this out fully here like this, we can see it's a dual arm because it's hinged twice, and we can rotate it from here and all the way back over 180 degrees. And we can see it's hinged in the center here, so we hinge it over and back. When we come to the actual angle that we're going to mount the television at, if it was mounting at a height or something like that, or low down, we want to look down on it, we can adjust the angle by a total of 15 degrees up or down. So you can see the angle goes here and up here as well. And when we have it at the angle that we wish, we simply bolt it in. Now in terms of the VESA standard that we can use it with, if we just look at the series of holes here, and I'm going to use a ruler to demonstrate this. If we come along here and we have these holes here, we can see that from center to center of these holes is 200 millimeters for the top. So that'd be a VESA 200 by a VESA 200, because from the bottom hole to the top hole, once again, is 200. If we looked in and moved into the center holes here, these are centered 100 by 100. And then from this whole center down to here is 100 as well. And the smaller ones on the inside is 75 by 75. We can also do a combination of those, where we could have a VESA 200 by a VESA 100 here. So these holes would be 200 apart, and the hole from here to here is 100. So it's very flexible from that perspective. And to maybe give a little bit more meaning to that, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to demonstrate a TV that we have. And I'm just going to show you the holes that are on it. And this really is what you should be measuring when you're checking what type of bracket you need to buy. So if we looked here, we'll say, on the back of this TV, we have screws here that are preset. And if we come along, we'll check that the center here is 200 and the center here is 200. And again, 200's up and down, okay? So that would be a VESA 200 by 200. So if we come along, we could see that this bracket here would be the perfect match for it if we mounted it this way. And we'd simply use the larger screws here that come with this set. We'd screw directly in here after, of course, put the bracket up and mount onto it, okay? So from that perspective anyway, it's just a very modular type of design. I'm just going to move this back out of the way here. Now, it's part of a wide range of TV brackets that we stock. This one here I think is a beautiful range, simply because it covers, you know, probably the most popular television size is still like 32 inch or so, and this one here actually, the one I just tested it on here is a 39 inch, so in terms of it would mount it, but what we try to do is we try to just go exactly what the manufacturer is, but you can see here basically how the standard is set in terms of VESA thing, and how compact this little kit is when it's done. So that's it anyway, an overview of the dual arm TV wall bracket covering 13 inch up to 37 inch TVs.